guys doing? Welcome back to the channel. You guys are the voters. Y'all the jury. Have you ever been homeless at a young age? Or if you know someone that was homeless at a young age, do you? Do you really know someone that was homeless at a young age? If you do and you can relate, smash the like button. If you can't, give it a thumbs down then. But I'm finna talk to y'all about my experience, okay? I'm finna bottle this energy for y'all and let y'all know what I went through being homeless at 16. You hear me? Let me tell y'all what happened, right? It's deep, you know what I'm saying? It's deep, you know? Let me tell you all, let me get to it though, right, y'all? That's what I went through, me personally, you know? I was just getting out like the foster care system that I had kept running away from my foster mom, right? And so they put me in a group home. So I run away from the group home and run back to my biological mama's house, right? So I'm on the run from the police from running away from the group home, right? At 16. So I get to my biological mama's house, right? I love her with all my heart. Me and her get into it. She kicked me out, right? Because she said I thought I was grown. You know what I mean? Okay. So now, because mom was staying, she had moved out to like the suburbs and stuff, right? But I was originally from, Inglewood community, the roughest neighborhood in Chicago, the worstest neighborhood in the United States of America. You know that, from where Dirk from, Chief Keef from, all us from there. We all from Inglewood, King Von, all us from Inglewood. You see what I'm saying? So let me tell you what happened. She put me out of crib. I'm only 16 years old, man, right? I'm like, all right, forget it. She in the suburbs. So I had like $14 or something. I caught this Greyhound bus to get back to Chicago. And I just knew once I got back to Chicago that I can walk down my grandma's block, even though my grandma was deceased and my uncle was deceased. But I knew that somebody on that block would just take me in because I grew up there since I was a baby, right? Or I can at least go by my auntie Minnie house, right? Which is, she was my grandmother's best friend. So she was an auntie. You know what I'm saying? That's all I knew, So I'm 16. I go over there. I spend a couple nights over there, but I can't live. I ain't got nowhere to live. I'm on the street. And this is how my whole journey started, you guys. This is crazy. My real journey, like my first step to actual wisdom, it started from when I was 16 years old. From when I was homeless, from when I was 16. I'm about to tell you. It started from this situation I'm gonna have to give you right now. This really was the spark to my enlightenment, and it was the spark to my journey. So now I'm in Chicago. I'm walking my neighborhood blocks or whatever. My auntie let me stay there. I'm drinking coffee in the morning. I'm living off bags of potato chips because my auntie Minnie, she don't know that I'm homeless, right? She don't know I don't got nowhere to stay, none of that. I ain't tell her. Cause I don't want her to say, well, I don't want you to spend a night. Not saying she would have said it. I don't want her to say, I don't want you to spend a night that you can move in or something. So I ain't tell her I was homeless, you know what I'm saying? But I was really looking for the big homie who ran my whole neighborhood. He ran like a whole 20 block radius, right? Super rich guy. I'm only 16, and he run our whole block. I mean, not our whole block, but our whole little 20 block radius. And he a millionaire, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just walking through the hood looking for him, you know what I mean? Because when I was a baby, always growing up, he always took me to carnivals and just did everything for all the kids that didn't have no parents or didn't have no money, no financial money coming in. He did everything for us. He always took care of us, right? So we looked it up to him, and he always like guided us, right? But he gave us our own choices and stuff. He never he let you be whoever you want to be, right? And he never picked his sides. Like if you was wrong and you was his cousin, he would have his own cousin beat up. I done seen him have his own cousin fight dudes one-on-one. He never picked the sides. I think that's why everybody loved him, because he just went off righteousness, right? Okay, so now I'm walking through the neighborhoods looking for him. Man, it's like 11 something that night. I'm still walking on my grandma's block outside, right, by myself. And guess who pulled up on me? He pulls up on me. I'm 16, right? He say, Joseph, what you doing out here? This is the whole hood. You know what I'm saying? I just got back from up north and stuff from my mom's, and we get into it. Now she done kicked me. I'm only 16. I said, man, I'm looking for you. He said, get in. Day I got in that car, my life changed, man. I told him, I said, man, my mama put me out, bro. I ain't got nowhere to stay, man. I ain't got no money. I ain't got nobody, So I tell my big homie, right? So I tell him. And mind you, I'm only 16, though, not a doubt in my mind that he wouldn't take me in. You know what I'm saying? And I never asked him, never. I just could feel the energy of the earth that he would do that. Like, I never even went through that situation. It was just out of nowhere, but I just knew that he wouldn't let me fall without him picking me up. I just knew it, right? So I'm in the car riding with him, and he asked me, was I hungry? I said, yeah. So he gave me a $20 bill, and he said he finna drop himself off at this new house. He had just bought a new upstairs downstairs duplex, and he said, take the car, and gave me $20 bill and go get me something to eat. Gave me the car. I'm only 16 years old, bro. You feel me? Gave me the car. Now, he already knew I knew how to drive already. You see what I'm saying? Now, look. Gave me the car. Just gave me the car. Gave me money, right? Go get the food. I went to Wendy's. I never forget I went to Wendy's, right? I never forget it because I was alert and kind of nervous because it was in this new neighborhood he just bought a house in, which was in a community called Princeton, right outside of Inglewood, but it's still real bad there. It's just out in the hundreds, right? So, yeah, it was over there by Roseland Hospital, over that way, right? Y'all know where that's at. Like right past 113th is the Hispanics, but right before you cross 113th, right there, it's, the blacks and stuff, right? So it's like that. Okay. For those who know Chicago, y'all know what I'm talking about. For those who don't, I just broke it down to y'all, So look, we get the Wendy's. Come back, right? Got the food, something good, something straight. Big homie done put me in right. So I tell him what's going on, whatever, and he tell me, he say, man, you don't need no money, you don't need nothing. He said, you ever read this book? And he told me this book, right? I can't reveal the name of the book to y'all because I don't want y'all to use the knowledge in that book for wrong, because it could be used for wrong or for good. And he asked me if I had read that book. I said, no, I haven't read that book, right? So he said, you should read that book. It's a good book. I'm going to get it for you. So he give me that book, right? When I read that book, I look at him different. Like, I'm like, damn, I wonder if he was using tactics on me out this book. And I'm like, nah, he wouldn't have, because he wouldn't have ever revealed it to me. But that was the reason why he asked me if I read that book, because he wanted to know where my intentions were, or if I was even capable of having a deceiving intention. But I wasn't. Innocent mind. I had a pure innocent mind, right? And he knew that, right? So what he did was, he gave me my own house, right? I told you he had a upstairs and a downstairs duplex he had just bought, right? So all I had to do was start, he taught me how to help him paint. You know what I'm saying? He was teaching me how to remodel the house. You see what I'm saying? Never charged for no rent. And it was crazy because, remember I told you he was a millionaire though, right? And it used to be so crazy because the people that was close to him, he wouldn't bring them to his house. And other people in Chicago got mad that he took me in and that I lived with him. Like, people from my own neighborhood hated him so much and was so jealous of my position, me being next to him. Because every week I got to pick out whatever car I wanted from the rental lot. All I had to do was read books, do my little push-ups, and listen to what he was teaching me, man. That was it, And I learned everything that he had to teach me. And it was so crazy because the lessons he taught me, I ended up elevating so far in life off the lessons he taught me from them books and just the things that I was picking up on from being around him, right? That I kind of mirrored him a little bit. But at the same time, it was just a natural mirror. Like, I'm only 16. I wasn't trying to be like him or nothing. It was just the lessons and the way of life that he was living. He had instilled it in me. So then I branched off on my own, right? And I kind of noticed that he kind of got upset with me, though, because not that he got upset, but I started doing real good, right? Nice car. End up getting a nice house. Mind you, I'm still 16 years old, and I had manifest within the first 2 months of him giving me these books to start reading. Because I was really reading the books while he's out in the streets all day, because he don't come back home until the sun go down. I'm at home, the house that he got me in. I'm doing nothing but studying, and doing push-ups, right? So Because I've never been a major TV person like that for some reason. I've just never been a major TV watcher. I'll watch TV now and then, but it ain't never been my thing. I'll be like, you saw this show? I'll be like, man, I ain't watched TV in 3-4 years, but every 3-4 years I watch a little Netflix or something like that. I've never been a big TV person. I've always been like a book reader. I always into reading books, like a super bookworm. So as I started to do good, I started to notice he had felt the way because he would pull up and he'll see me outside on the block, right? The same block where he picked me up from. Remember? I still go over there every day because I knew everybody, you know what I'm saying? We grew up all together since babies. These was the first faces I've ever seen a day in my life. Like, I literally remember being on the porch and watching them on the other porch right there. We was first brought into life. These was the first faces I've ever seen in my life. So, I'm on the block every day with the same people, you know what I'm saying? Because we've been with each other our whole life. We grew up together since we were born. We were all the same age. And our parents are all best friends, and our grandmas was all best friends. So, I have to be on that block every day. Okay? So, I'm 16. I had to manifest so fast that I got more money than he ever expected me to get. I noticed when he would pull up on the block, he wouldn't even say nothing to me. He would ride right past me and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And he'll pull up real slow and drive past real slow, but he wouldn't stop. And it's like, I know he see me out here, but why he ain't been speaking to me lately? I don't understand it. I didn't understand it, right? And then it finally clicked to me. You're paying $1,000 a month for your rent, man. I had ended up getting the biggest house in the hood in Englewood, right in my neighborhood. My rent was $1,000, right, a month. I'm paying $1,000, and I had a driveway, everything. I had got all that manifesting. Just started reading these books that he was suggesting me to read and listening to him. And then it was once I got good at what he was teaching me and teaching me how to behave and how to think and stuff, because I was listening. You see what I'm saying? That took me to the next level. That was the beginning of my Christian. See, being homeless when I was 16 is where it all started at. Like, I'm so grateful that my mom actually kicked me out that day. Because had she not have kicked me out, I never would have known what I could actually accomplish. Because I never would have went back to my roots, and I would have never learned what some of the greatest men in the world were learning. You see what I'm saying? So, I ended up doing so good. I mean, he loves me and stuff, but it was just crazy that I did better than he ever wanted me to do, and it showed. You ever do better than somebody ever expects you to do? And you can see it, you like, whoa, you wanted me to get far, but you didn't want me to get this far? It's like, what? And then my thing was this. I was literally going to bless him. Like, I was going to be like, okay, well, everything's going good. Get him like, shoot him a couple thousands, you know what I'm saying? I was going to literally give him a couple thousands, for leading me to the right books to study and read for me to grow. I'm like, man, I got all this knowledge and wisdom, man. Bro bless me like this, I'm finna give back to him. He's the one who shared his knowledge with me. But then when he acted funny like that, I'm like, oh my God, this shit is gonna hurt. I mean, this stuff's gonna hurt. That I gotta let him go too. And that's how me and him fell apart, because of his actions showed. Like, he trained me, I was his student. And then I kept going with the knowledge and the learning and accepting the humility, you know what I'm saying, that I was homeless. Yet I was still working towards what I needed to do to get back on my feet and have somewhere to stay. And I didn't have nobody but myself. But yet instead I had the teachings that he installed in me from me hanging around him. So it was real painful to lose a relationship with him, because he had really made a major impact in my life. I never thought that my success would bring out that type of character in him. That stuff hurted me. To know that the dude who raised you since you was a boy is jealous of you after he's raised you. He raised me. He taught me to do everything that I was doing. He taught me how to operate. He taught me how to think. I got back on my feet following his protocol, and he got intimidated by me after that. Now, look, I understood it. So the universe was teaching me a lesson, so that when the big abundance come to me and the greatest things come to me, just know that some people don't want me to make it that far. And that hurted me, That hurted me, If you ever been homeless at 16, you gonna make it. You gonna make it. You see what I'm saying? Or you done made it. You feel me? You know what I'm talking about, We Them Chosen was basically, I'm tell you, like, that homeless situation stuff, you're going to end up developing to be the greatest person in this universe. You're going to be one of the greatest women in this world, or one of the greatest men in this world. So, with you being young and going through that homeless situation, or you went through it, That's what's going to build you to give you the advantage further than anyone in this world. Because you got the pain already. You know what it takes. You know how the humility feel. You know how the letdowns feel. But you know how to transform to your higher self. And sometimes that's what it takes to activate that. I love you guys. If you can relate to this video, I told you, on this channel, you the audience. And yet and still, what is my audience? The judge. So you got to vote. Thumbs up if you can relate. Give it a thumbs down if you can't.